Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the CODEX station. Today we are doing an interview with Marissa Pope. I'm your host tonight. I am Sal, the Slab Guy. As always, with me on this side of me is Sonny Kruger, the man, the series about a series. And tonight below me is Marissa Pope. She's done
Hey,
work
how's
at
it going?
Zenos. Oh, wait, how you doing? She's done work at Zenoscope, Coffin Comics, Merc Magazine, I believe, and Counterpoint Comics. Welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on and joining us.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for reaching out. Sorry it took me so long to get back to you.
Oh, that's all right.
Kind of like blow you off.
No worries at all. No worries at all. We understand. You got a busy schedule. You've been to like a lot of cons lately. I know that.
Oh yeah, it's been quite the year for cons. Like since like 2020, like obviously no one was really doing cons, and then I just like wasn't really doing any until like this year. So
right.
I mean, I did a
like,
few sprinkled in last year, but this year was the
right.
big one.
But now it's like a dime a dozen that's happening. You're always out and going.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm actually like oh my god, like I was having like a con a month, sometimes like 2 cons a month, like from like January to oh no, sorry, like February to like June. And then like I got sick and I couldn't do Dallas. Like so I caught something like nasty at Phoenix Con, and they like email Kevin and be like, dude, like I'm on my deathbed, man. Like I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't come out. You're gonna have a very grumpy artist on your hands, and that's not fun for anybody.
No, that's not. That's not. All right, so why don't you take 30 seconds and give us a spiel about yourself?
About myself? Oh my god, this is like college all over again. Me like PTSD flashbacks. Well, my name's Marissa. I draw. I've been drawing for a while. I am still Mike DeBalfo's like apprentice, but like we're more like peers now than we are like student teacher. So that's really fun. Like our dynamic has like shifted a little bit, where like he'll still help me out and like I'll help him out where I can and stuff like that. Yeah, like I do a lot of cons. I like to watch cartoons still. I'm like 30 and still like to watch cartoons because like
nothing wrong with that.
I'm still a child.
What's your favorite cartoon then? What's your favorite cartoon?
Honestly, SpongeBob. Like season 1 through 3 through SpongeBob like never gets old. Like I fucking love SpongeBob. Danny Phantom's Danny Phantom's a really good one. Kim Possible. I'm watching it right now actually. For like lunch break stuff. Let's see. What else do I like? Courage the Cowardly Dog. I love the Courage the Cowardly Dog. It's such a good one. Like the guy, like the artist for that show is gonna be in Boston, and I'm super excited. I don't know what I'm gonna say except for I love Courage, but but I guess that's all I can say. Maybe we'll have some like OA or something that I could pick up, but that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah,
that would be
pretty
cool. Draw him a picture of Courage. There you go.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, like, oh, please commission Courage and Eustace.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, great, awesome. So what can you tell me about the places you've drawn for, like Zenescope and stuff like that? These are comic industries we're not, we haven't really delved too much into. We do some like Image and some Boom Studios, but Zenescope I don't think we've actually talked about at all before. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, no, Zenoscope's pretty cool. They do a lot of like fairy tale stuff, like well, I guess like fairy tale stuff, like Cinderella or like Robin Hood and stuff. But obviously they flip all those characters and make them like superheroes. So like they're like really like they're fun to draw. Like Gretel is probably one of my favorite characters to draw. I like her outfit, but I also love to draw braids too. So that's like really fun for me. One of the ones that I'm waiting to draw, I'm waiting for my editor to pitch me is their Wonderland series, because it's like Alice in Wonderland. It's like Alice's daughter, like Callie, which is still she's like still dressed as like, she's kind of dressed like Alice. She's still like has this like Wonderland feel. So waiting on that one. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you. See, I've done like I just put I think it's in the Diamond magazine, the Diamond catalog or whatever. They have not Robin Hood. She's Snow White, but she's not Snow. I think her name is like Sky Mathers.
Okay.
But I got to put her in like this this like fantasy Hobbit Harry Potter looking library, which is really fun because I super love Harry Potter. I'm not too much into the Hobbit, but like I can get down with like some magic and not the game. I don't do the game.
Okay.
That's like beyond me. Like magic and stuff like that. Like all Harry Potter stuff. I love it. But yeah, no, Zenescope is pretty cool to work with. I enjoy working with them. I've got a few more things for the year lined up with them, so they keep having me back. So apparently they like me too. So love it.
Awesome. So you do like freelancing then? That's why you're like all over. You're not really committed to one.
Yeah. I don't think that I would want to be particularly signed on exclusive to anybody because I do like the freedom to switch in between characters and stuff, like the freedom to go work with Tom Hutchinson or like go work with Brian, and like I like all of that because then it's so different. Like you get like such different feels from all the different characters. Like one day maybe I am feeling moody and Coffin is like really hitting the spot, or like I want to do something cute, so like Tom had me do like that whole run of like TikTok girls for his characters, which was like really fun. I got to like, so that was that. So yeah, freelance is like the way I like to do it.
Awesome. So what got you drawing then? What got you into doing drawing?
I've always drawn. I've always like my mom always got me like sketch pads and pencils and colored pencils, crayons, coloring books, like all that stuff like growing up. So I've been like doing it like ever since I was little, but only professionally for like 3 years, obviously like under Mike DeBalfo's hand. So it's just kind of like kept going since then. Of course, like when like whenever you're a kid, like you're like it's not really serious. You just like stop go. I took some classes in arts. I took some art classes in like college and stuff, and like got a degree in graphic design. So it's always been there in one form or another.
Right.
We've just kind of landed in the field that I'm in now. Something not so corporate.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's your favorite character then?
My favorite character?
Yeah, what's your favorite one?
Right now I'm super into Morrigan. I don't know, like she's like I really like drawing Morrigan and Felicia. I like drawing a lot of those like the Udon characters. Like Cammy, Chun-Li, Juri, like I like drawing all of those. They're more like not superhero-y. Like I'm not super into drawing superhero stuff. I like more like anime like type style stuff, even though I don't really watch anime. I like the feel and the vibe of it. So I think that's like kind of like why I'm kind of drawn more towards like drawing things like Felicia and Morrigan.
Right.
They're not typically like your favorite, like your you don't really see them a lot, like Yoko Littner, like you don't really see her a lot.
Yeah.
So
okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, Sonny, you got anything you want to ask too?
Yeah. So no problem. Yeah. So I was gonna say, I noticed with your style that there's a lot of sex appeal to your drawings, to your characters that you draw. Anyone, I know you're kind of seeing right now anime, but any characters or any specific either artists or anyone that inspired your style that you kind of inspires it by?
Yeah. So like obviously J. Scott Campbell was a big one, even though like he doesn't like do like the topless covers. He still has a lot of like sex appeal to his like to his women, which I really like. And he likes a lot of animation and stuff too. Like I can't remember. I'm gonna botch this. I don't know. He used to work at like some studio back in the day. And he's like drawing like a lot of like Disney princesses and stuff. So it's like super his vibe. And I think that really piqued my interest. Like Todd Knock too. Like he like the way he draw his isn't over. It's weird because like I only follow a few artists that are like super overly sexualized women. Whereas I feel like a lot of my core artists that like really inspired me first, they don't do that. Like J. Scott Campbell and like Todd Knock. I guess Arthur Adams does a little bit, but like not really. Like yeah, a little bit, but not really. But then like Mike DeBalfo, like he obviously like I draw similarly to him because like I study under him and we have similar people, but like the guy I'm like super obsessed with right now, his name is Reek. I don't know if you guys are like familiar with his work, but he draws a lot of let's see, I actually have his book. Like this guy.
Let's see.
Okay.
Like
Nice.
this
very cool.
This one's even better. He's got like this is like all like full like his full color stuff. Like he's got Dan Mendoza's Psycho Baby. What's it called? Oh yeah, Sad Girl Psycho Baby.
Okay.
He did like
yeah,
a
I
Lady
can see
Death and stuff.
similarities in your style. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's more like he's like a cross between like anime and like also the Eastern Western style. He's got like a good mix, but like yeah, like see, he's got like the Felicia and the Morrigan, and he really opened he really opened up the window for me for stuff like that. Once I saw his renditions of those characters, I kind of like really fell in love with like that type of content. So we may not draw similarly as far as like facial stuff goes, but I definitely like pick up on a lot of things that he does. Like right now, seriously, can't draw boobs smaller than like a double D. Like can't do it. I don't know why. Like they just like look weird. I'm like, oh, just make them huge.
I guess we just have to deal with it then. You know.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I felt like making a post about this yesterday because I was like sketching up this thing for Jamie Kendall, and like kept making her boobs like super huge, and like his girls don't have big boobs, you know, like his characters don't have like, they're not like super big, and I was just like, man, I just can't do this. I just can't like draw normal sized tits right now. Like it's like good for my customers, I guess.
I was
Good for my fans.
I was like, how did Sal get in touch with Marissa? How did this start?
Actually, I actually bought one of her pieces from Clan McDonald Comics. It was the Street Fighter edition of your characters. I bought one of them, and I forget which one. And I was looking for it, but I think I had packed away because you see this behind me. This is the only room I have for my stuff, so it's got to go to a storage once it gets packed up. So I have it packed up. It was the Street Fighter one, and I can't remember which one it was, but that's where I got it. So that's how I got in touch with you, or at least connected on Facebook, and I've always stayed connected since. So I've always liked your stuff, and I think I want you to do a commission for my daughter by drawing a fairy that I tried to draw, and I think I showed it to you. It was a terrible drawing of my fairy, but it was something like that. But it just timing wise and money wise, I haven't had a chance to actually reach out and ask you to do it yet. So
for sure.
That's still in the docket. That's still in the docket.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future, but it's just can't do it right now.
Yeah, no, for sure. I get it.
Yeah. But
speaking of your drawing, I was going to ask, do you have any characters who would you say are your favorite characters to draw?
Right now, gosh, I don't know. Like I said, like I'm kind of really into Morrigan, like Bowsette. I really like drawing Bowsette. Okay. She's a ton of fun. Being able to draw those little like Mario like Easter eggs in there, really fun. I did a Bowsette for a retailer, but I can't say because if I do, he'll be really mad because he wants So you'll see. You'll see whenever I see.
Okay, all right.
So, he's a really fun. Like he's really fun. So he kind of lets me do whatever I want within reason. So I really enjoy working with him.
Awesome. That's cool.
But yeah. I like drawing Bowsette right now. Cammy's a fun one to draw. I like drawing Cammy. I just did a sketch up for SR Comics, Stephen Rose, and I drew a bunch. I drew a bunch of stuff in there because I drew 13 characters of whoever I wanted to draw, and I picked a lot of characters I'd never drawn before, like Red Monica. She was super fun. I can't wait to draw Red Monica again. Especially since like Joe Mad just like let out his new Battle Chasers, and Reek did a Red Monica Battle Chasers for him too that turned out like really sweet. So, and then I assume you saw Campbell's Red Monica.
Yes.
His wife color Tanya. Oh my gosh, that turned out so good. So I like doing stuff like that. I like drawing characters you don't get to see a lot. Not because like they need like their time to shine, but it's just like you don't get to see them a lot. So they're not requested. So
you give them some love. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, you give them some love. Yeah, and then in turn, like they kind of love you back.
Yeah, there you go. I like it. That's great.
Yeah. So I do have to ask, do you have any dream projects? At least right now, how you said you're freelancing, you kind of go wherever you want. Is there a dream project where you're like, one day this is the character or the cover I really want to do?
Oh, I want to work for Udon. Like Udon's my pinnacle. I think it's out now, but I did an interior swimsuit edition, a piece of Ibuki for them, and she's like got like her like I totally like westernized her, and they have like a lot of Western Eastern hybrid artists that they work with. So I feel like my style looked a little different, but I like the way she turned out though. Like I gave her like these big bangs, and like she's got like her 2 strands of her ponytail. I like the way that it turned out. I just thanks for asking the question, because I actually forgot that I did that.
Nice. My pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sonny.
Yeah, thank you. So I'll post that tomorrow probably.
Nice. Look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, Udon's probably my first pick, and then one day I hope to actually work with Dan Mendoza. Like I love his characters. I think they're all so cute. Zombie Tramp is like I love Zombie Tramp. I got to draw her once, and she was for a retailer.
Right.
So it's like not quite. It's the same, but it's like not quite the same as drawing for the person who created her. So hopefully, maybe one day I'll be able to draw for Dan if I don't cry again in front of him, because that was embarrassing.
Wait, now we got to hear that one.
So at Sworn Fest, because we know how Brian Polio does like his Sworn Fest or Theme Fest or whatever. I think he's kind of settled on Sworn Fest now. But Dan was one of the guests there, and so it was like we were kind of like eld off, like we were like on the corner, like me and Mike were sitting at his table, then David Harrigan was like sitting like diagonal from us, or like kind of like across from us on like the like to create that corner, and then Dan was sitting next to David Harrigan, and I kept like asking Mike, because like Mike knew that was like one of my people that I really wanted to draw for. And so he was like, well, just go ask him. Like, I can't ask him. And so then like Stephen Rose was there, and like we all had dinner like that Saturday night, like me, Mike, Stephen Rose, and somebody else. I can't remember. But not Dan though. But he goes, I'll do the Zombie Champ cover for you if you go ask Dan if you can do it. And I was like, okay. So the next day I went over to his table, and Nightmare wasn't there. Was totally unplanned, but like Nightmare it probably would have been, I don't know if it would have been easier or harder if she was there. Or maybe I would have just like asked her. I don't know. But she wasn't there, so I went over to his table, and I'm looking at him and looking through his stuff, and he's like, "Hey, Marissa," like he knows who I am. Like we've talked on several occasions at that point, and like online or whatever. And he's like, "What's up?" And I was like, "So," and like my nerves just got like the best of me, and like I just started crying. And so then like my tears are like falling in his portfolio, and I'm like, oh my god, like I'm so sorry, I'm like getting all your books, but I was like, can I do a cover for you through Stephen Rose? And he's like, yeah, that's fine.
just don't cry on the cover, right?
Yeah, just start crying on my product, please. Like everything all wet. And so okay, thank you. And then like I walk away, and I go back to the table, and like I'm still crying, and Mike's like, why are you still crying? Why are you crying to begin with? And he's like, and I'm like, because I'm just really nervous, and like now that it's over, it's like the floodgates have opened, and now I can't stop, and like it's like this whole thing. Like it was like total nerves, just like total nerves. Like I'm definitely the girl in the industry that like cries over everything, and it's like I just can't help it. Like wow. So like I'm surprised I'm not crying right now. Like
wait, I see a tear.
Like, oh, I know. She's like glistening over here.
It's just us. You don't have to cry. You know, it's okay.
We're not that famous yet.
That's what everybody says. They're like, oh, it's just me. Like I'm just a normal person. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Yeah, no, like he. So I got to work directly with Dan on that project, even though it was for a retailer. So that was like that was good. So like now at least I know he doesn't think I'm like shitty, but still, one day I'll work with Dan on the project, and he'll be.
I'm sure you will. You will.
He'll be really happy with the end result, we hope.
Good luck to you, and good luck through all the tears.
Thank you. Yeah, my paper's gonna be all warped and soggy.
It's the style. It's the art. It's the
It's the
style.
style. Yeah, I'm
so
changing.
touch.
I'm
that's
changing
how
my
it is.
style.
But I do love your work. I really do. I really enjoy it, and I really enjoy how you post like sketch drawings first. Sometimes you do like a teaser, like you just like show a little piece of the character first, and then you show the sketch, and then you show the final product. I love that progression. I love seeing that progression. So I think
thank you.
definitely should keep that up. Definitely keep that up.
Yeah, I've been so bad about posting my art and stuff lately, just because like I never know when anything's coming out. So like I usually have like my friends or like my fans like tell me like, oh, like this, like we just saw this was releasing, and I'm like, oh, I had no idea. I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably post that then. Like, you know, I kind of just like I forget, like the whole like, udon thing, like I totally forgot about it. It went so under the radar that I totally forgot about it. You know, like nobody's said. Well, I mean, it's it's an interior page, so it's not that big of a deal. But it's a big deal to me because I'm kind of like I work with the companies that like I wanted to work for. So hopefully in the future they'll hire me again. But yeah, just like I forget that I work on stuff from time to time. So you go through you go through so much work so fast.
Right. So let me ask you this: is there a rule or like a not really a rule, but like something in place where you can't release work that you've done until it actually gets released to the public? Let's say you do you draw something for a cover or an interior. Can you release that on your page as well, or do you have to wait till that gets published and then you can release it?
Generally, rule of thumb is you wait till it gets published, just because it's like it's not my decision to show work. It's not my decision. It's not my project. I'm a part of the project, but I'm only a hired hand. It's really my publisher and my editor's decision on when they want to show the work. And even if they show, like, we'll say I did something for Brian Polito and like he teased like the face or something, like I would not dare show the entire piece. Like not until he has released it, not until like I've gotten like the okay go by seeing it on Kickstarter or he's promoted it himself. Like that's just kind of like how that goes. Now there's some publishers that they just like they don't care. Like I've done work for like my friend like Jim Hanna, who did like that Pugly book for a while, and he just did another Kickstarter. Like I think like I had that cover like halfway drawn, and I was like showing it on like a live show or something, and you kind of gotta like pick and choose, you know, like if I was doing something for like Ryan Kincaid and it was like something small that maybe we're just releasing for a show, I don't think that he would really mind. Of course, like in that instance, I would ask like, hey, like, can I post this online so people know that we have it, like maybe a couple months before, because you know things on social media get buried.
Right.
But yeah, I think it really depends. It depends on who the publisher is, who you're working for, and then maybe what the assignment is. But yeah, usually a good rule of thumb is don't show it until it's already been released, like colors and everything.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of variables in those situations.
Yeah, you gotta pick and choose. So
okay, very good. That's something I did. That's something I didn't know. So that's good to know.
Yeah.
Cool. Excellent. Good, Sonny.
I was gonna see about all your projects. You've worked on many characters, many covers and interior work as well. What would you say has been the most challenging project you've done so far?
Oh my gosh, the most challenging project. Oh my gosh. Probably working with Coffin, actually. They're a wonderful company to work for, but I choke. Like I want the project to, I want my end result to be so good that I choke on it, you know, and I just want to do so good by Brian. I want to do so good by the company that it's just like it's not the characters that are really hard to draw. It's just I think the overall I'm working for Coffin, you know, this has to be good. This has to be stellar. This has to be the best piece that you like that you draw on. And a lot of it's in my head, you know, like a lot of it I put a lot of pressure on myself. Like I just like that's like kind of like the main thing is like like I want to do so well for this brand, for this company, that I think I just kind of like choke up a little bit. And then the end result ends up being fine. So
there you go.
Very cool.
Yeah,
that's very cool. All right. Let me see. What else did I want to ask you? I want to ask you about your cons that you have coming up. So do you have a list of cons coming up that you're going to be at?
Yeah, I have 3 cons left for this year. I'm doing Boston at the beginning of August, Baltimore end of September, and then New York, which I'm super excited for all of those because I love the East Coast. It's very nice. I've never actually been to Baltimore before, so
East
but I
Coast.
love Boston. But I love Boston. Boston's a cool city. I like Boston.
Awesome.
And obviously New York for obvious reasons, but yeah, like Boston's cool. I was there once in 2019, and I had a couple friends take me, Ryan, and Mike around to go see some sightseeing stuff.
Nice.
What's that place called? Sam Adams the strip you walk. When you go through all like the historical district up there. We watched a little bit of that, not a whole lot, and then went to like some like food hall place. It was like in this building. I can't remember the name of what it was called. Actually, I had the Boston mug on my desk a second ago. I would have been able to look at that and tell you what it was called. Yeah, it's got like a Boston map like on a mug from Starbucks while I was there.
That's cool.
I was into doing that for a little bit, like collecting like Starbucks mugs. But they take up a lot of space, so you got to stop at some point.
That's true. I actually will be at the Baltimore one I'm thinking one day, getting some signatures and stuff like that. So I'm definitely gonna stop by and say hi.
Yeah.
And now that you mentioned Starbucks, what's your favorite drink?
My favorite drink?
Yep. Gotta know.
My favorite drink. It's a fucking mouthful. It's a salted caramel cold foam cold brew.
Ooh.
I wasn't lying. It's a mouthful.
Okay. Yeah. So you like the cold brew stuff. Okay. Very good.
Yeah, like the sweet cream that they put in it. They do like a packet of like salt, which is like not good for you, and then like caramel and like in some cream or whatever. They whip it up real nice, and then it's super. Because I'm not like a black coffee drinker. I can't drink black coffee. That's like the devil's water. I don't know. It's like gross. it's so gross.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Well, do you like black coffee? Like
I like black coffee. I am the devil's water drinker. Yes.
My boyfriend is too. Like he likes to drink. He only drinks black coffee, and every now and again he'll take my cup and he'll take a sip of it. He's like, he just makes his face. I'm like, yeah, that's how I feel about your coffee. It's like nasty.
I've done that trick with my wife too. I like picked hers up by accident. I'm like, oh my god. There you go.
Yeah.
Here you go.
No, my granny is the same way. She's drank black coffee like all of her life, and like it always smells good, like fresh, like a fresh pot of like brewed coffee always smells so good.
Oh, always.
But it tricks you. It's just like red wine. It tricks you. Like red wine makes you think it's like, oh, this is gonna be sweet. It's gonna taste grape juice, and it's like, oh no, this is bitter and gross, just like black coffee.
Okay. All right, we'll disagree on that point, but that's okay.
We're allowed to have our differences.
Yes, we are. So, your website. Let's give us your website name and what do you have on the website that you sell.
Okay.
Like do you like posters or pictures or just drawings, stuff like that?
Okay. So my website is marissapopeart.com. Really easy. That's good. Nothing too crazy. And then I sell a lot of originals on there, like a lot of my 11 by 17 originals. I put more sketch covers on there. But I don't really do a lot for myself. Like I don't like those are usually like either commissions or like for retailers and stuff, or for shows. I don't really keep a lot of those like laying around the house. And then I have prints on there right now, which I'm not gonna keep those on there forever because I don't know. I'm not gonna keep them on there forever. I can't like constantly keep shipping things.
You need a shipping department. That's what you need.
I do. Yeah, I do. Otherwise, we're going to be waiting like 3 months for your shipment. So sorry.
That's okay. It took me 2 weeks to send something to Sonny that I should have sent out, but it only took me 2 weeks to get it in the mail to him.
Oh, good.
No, it happens. It happens.
Definitely. Okay, I think I am done with my questions. Sonny, do you have any more that you want to ask?
Well, I was going to say it's Friday night when we're recording this, so let's get a little wild. I was going to ask you, because I know with your style of artwork, I'm sure you get commissions. You said you do commissions, so I was interested to ask you, what has been one of the wildest requests you've gotten?
Oh yeah, good one.
Oh god, I'm gonna bore you, man. Like I don't really get a lot of wild requests.
What?
Like
Nothing too
my
wild?
no, like my fan base, knock on wood, is they're pretty tame, they're pretty respectful, they're not crazy. Like no one asks like for tentacle penetration or anything. Like no one asks
Whew.
for foot stuff. Like they're all my guys are pretty tame, at least to my face
All right, well,
and in my inbox.
Well,
So
that's good. That's good, though.
that's good.
yeah.
That's good.
Stay good. Stay respectful, everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
no, I love it. I love it. Like, you hear all these horror stories about like guys just like
Yeah.
making girls' inboxes and stuff, and it's like I'm happy that I haven't had to deal with that. Yeah, knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
Oh, I need
Yeah.
to delete it. I need to unsend a message real quick now. All good.
Like, okay, well, I haven't checked my messages yet, so Sonny might be the first one.
No, all good.
Although, like one time, like so we were in Kansas. Clay McDonald.
Yep.
So like me, I had my table at Kansas, and it was like the end of day 2, and I had already done like a live sale with Goblin Collectibles. So Zach, I'd done like a live sale with him, and his customers like cleaned up a lot of my inventory that like they had brought with me, which was like super good.
Yeah.
So then like Aaron and Colin come a couple hours later, and I'm like running out of stuff. Like we're getting towards the end of the show. Like I've done took my boots off and everything. Like my feet were hurting. So I'm like, you know what, we're gonna chill. I'm like wearing all black, and the only colored thing I have on that's visible are my socks, and they're Sailor Moon socks. Of all the socks I could wear, like they're Sailor Moon socks.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So I can't remember how it happened, but I was running out of stuff to sell, and I jokingly said, well, I guess I could sell my socks. I mean, it's really the only thing of interest I have left on my table. And so like Aaron like puts his camera like over the table. He's like, all right, guys, start the bidding. Here we go. And they were like guys, and they were like seriously interested. And like, I'm like, no, I'm not fucking selling my socks. Like, what are you doing? Like these are Sailor Moon socks. They're innocent. They're innocent socks. Like we're not selling these. And like they're totally mismatched too. Like I have one white and purple, one of like Luna, and then one's like all pink with like stars and moons and stuff on it. So it's like they're like
not even
girly
match
socks, but yeah, they're not even a match. So it's like, you guys want some mismatched socks? Like, but like, no, I'm not selling you my socks. Like, no.
That's funny.
So now it's like the running joke whenever we're doing a live sale, like they try to offer up my socks for the bidding. So that's like
That's
the
funny.
wildest. So it's like the wildest thing since we're recording
fine.
on Friday night and being wild stories.
If we suddenly see you with the new car, we'll know that you sold.
We'll know. Yeah, you'll know why.
Yep.
You'll know
There'll be signs.
You know what I mean? Like, man, like some guys like it sweaty too. Like they'll like, don't worry, it's Arizona, it's hot, it's 114. Like, give me some sneakers, you can
flavor.
Up.
That's some flavor in those. Woo! Jeez.
Put some tahini in there. Oh yeah. Spicy.
That's pretty funny.
But
Clay McDonald's actually pretty funny. I've chatted with them. I bought a lot of my stuff through them before.
Yeah.
And they're great people. I like buying my stuff through them, and I noticed they do sell a lot of the Zenescope stuff like that as well. So they really have a wide variety, I should say, of books that they sell.
Oh yeah, so. man, Clan sells everything. Like, you want it, they got it. Like that's the great thing about them. Like I love working with them. I think we're gonna go sit with them again at MegaCon next February. So
nice.
Steve, like Steve is just the best. Dana, Dana and I both love horses. Like we're both like horseback riders, and so like we have that in common. Aaron's a ton of fun. Me and Colin are both like super tatted. So like
nice.
Everybody's got something in common with them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. I have not kept up with his live stream shows just because the amount, I'm like, okay,
Right.
I've got to like dial back somewhere, something like that.
Right.
So I can't keep up with the live shows, but the daily sales posts or other sales posts they have going on, I'm always checking out. I'm always checking their
Yeah.
stuff out.
Yeah. See what they got. Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
And Marissa, I was going to ask, do you have any advice for anyone in the industry?
Yeah,
Anybody
that's a
upcoming
good question.
artists, anyone like that? Any advice?
I don't know. Don't suck. I don't know.
Good. Hey, that is good. Good and honest.
good
Yeah,
advice.
that's true.
I don't know. That's such an open-ended question. Do I have any advice to give? No, I don't have any advice. Just keep doing just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing. Like have fun. That's good advice. That's good advice. So in 2020, whenever we're all on lockdown, Todd Knock was doing these live streams every day on like his like Facebook and YouTube channel or whatever. And to keep the mood light because everything was like unprecedented. He was keeping the mood really light. And the thing that he said all the time is don't worry about how it turns out, just have fun. And that's something that I had to tell myself all the time. It's like, just have fun because this is supposed to be a fun job. It's supposed to be fun. Drawing is supposed to be fun. Sometimes it's not so fun because you want to fucking pull your hair out. But overall, I think that's probably the best advice that I could give anybody is like, no, just go have fun. Like, don't worry about it.
So what do you do when you struggle with a piece then? What do you do to get over that struggle block? Besides drinking.
Like push through. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. I probably drank more in the last like year and a half that I have, but not like excessively. But it's like, okay, I'll go out to lunch and I'll go have a drink, and like sometimes like I have like a bottle of tequila in my freezer, like just keep it around just in case. But no, don't drink and draw. That's
don't drink and draw.
Drink and draw. You're gonna regret it in the morning when you wake up and you're like your published piece is like trash. But kind of just like keep going. Like it's kind of like how to get through like that little bit of a slump is kind of just like keep going. Sometimes you got to get up and walk away. Sometimes you got to get up and walk away for an entire day because you're just sitting there spinning your tires, and
right.
It's really easy. Like say you get pitched a project you're just not too wild about. It's like man, like I'm not super crazy about the subject matter. I just kind of want to not do this right now, but it kind it's a double-edged sword because it kind of you have your deadline at the same time. Like you can't just like blow your deadline, so maybe you step away for a couple hours, maybe you step away for a whole day, and you try to come back to it. A lot of times if I'm having struggles, like my first thing I do is like I go on like Pinterest and see if I can pull any inspiration from there, as far as like maybe models, or just look up like similar subject matter. Say I'm doing like a spooky theme or something, and I'm like, oh well, Scooby-Doo is pretty spooky. It can be spooky. So like let's pull up and see what they're doing on there, and maybe I'll pull like a chain design from this from this outfit, or something else from a different picture. Kind of just like get the gears going in that way. Maybe not pull so much from like comic art. Maybe pull something like not really related. That'll help sometimes. But it super depends on the person. Like Mike and I operate very similarly, as where it's like we just kind of like get up and walk away for a little bit. Other people might just like press through and see,
right.
And see what they can do with what they got. But again, it all depends on your deadline too. It depends on how much time you have.
That's true.
How fast you can draw. So
yeah. So go ahead, Sonny.
Oh, I was gonna say real quick, since you said don't drink and draw, do you have any drawings like that? Any drawings where you drank and drew and you
no, I don't. No, that sounds like a lie. I'm like, no, I don't have any of those. You kidding me? It's like, ew, no. No, I really don't.
What's that stack of papers behind you?
Those are my throwaway papers. I know good papers.
Just don't worry about that. Move along.
Yeah. Next question.
Yeah, Sal, anything else?
No, actually, I think that's pretty good. You answered all my questions. Thank you for being a wonderful guest.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
Thank
no,
you for
thanks
being on our
for having
show.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, you're
this is
welcome.
awesome. Yeah, definitely. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll wrap this sucker up. This is the Codex Station. We've had our interview with Marissa Pope. Thank you very much, Marissa. Will you give us your website again?
Yeah, it's just marissapopeart.com. Nothing crazy. Yeah, last name art.com. So
that's awesome. Awesome. So everybody, please go ahead and check that out. Buy some stuff from her. Definitely do that. All right. So I am Sal, the Slab Guy. We're always on the Codex Station. My partner in crime on this side is Sonny Kruger, the man with a series about a series. Love it. All right. Thank you very much, folks, and have a good night.
Good night.
bye.